a land with warm people, white sandy beaches, lush green valleys, and majestic mountains. I am Sister Delia Monrose from the Congregation of the Sisters of the Sorrowful Mother. I'm originally from St. Lucia, the Helen of the West. Pure Grenada has been my home for the past 23 years. I am the acting principal of St. Rose Modern Secondary School, located in Guave, St. John, on the west coast of Grenada. I am one of your moderators this evening, ready to guide you on this thoughtful Thursday journey. I'm also delighted to be in the company of a vibrant and delightful moderator. She's here beaming with smiles and ready to introduce herself.
A very, very pleasant good evening, colleagues in education. Thank you, Sister Delia. It's my honor, certainly, to be moderating alongside Sister Delia. As you have heard, she hails from Grenada, beautiful Grenada. Grenada will be hosting our biennial CAPS conference, and it's coming soon in July 2025. I am hoping that I will see many of you there. My name is Patricia Pitt, and I am from sweet Trinidad and Tobago. I'm the principal of San Fernando East Secondary School, which is located in the south of Trinidad and Tobago. Tonight, I am pleased to be a part of this session, which is going to be a very hands-on and exciting session. It's going to be facilitated by Mr. Raj Ramdas of RSC, Restore a Sense of I Can. He's going to be ably assisted by his fellow techies who are going to take us through some of the many apps that are now available and with which we should become familiar as we engage with and explore the possibilities of AI. One of those techies is none other than Mr. Roger Chung. Mr. Chung is the chair of ICTs and Digital Technologies at the College of Science, Technology and Applied Arts of Trinidad and Tobago, FOSTAT. So it's now with great pleasure that I turn you over to Raj, who will share with us how we will proceed for this evening's exciting experience. Raj?
All right, good evening, everyone. And of course, any discussion on AI is going to be exciting. And I know we had a really good session. That was like about a month ago, right, Pat? And it was super well attended. And I had so many calls after that session with principals wanting to know more, wanting to learn more. And one of the interesting things is that a lot of the feedback we got is people say, you know what, they wish they had time for some hands-on. They wish they had time for questions. And so, you know what, we decided to pull out, you know, in Trinidad, when you're playing cards, it's called a trump card. So we decided to pull out trump card tonight. So we have with us Roger Chung. Roger is someone who has been very close with RSC, someone who has really been involved in you know, not just education from an academia point of view, but from being able to look at implementation. So before we get started, Roger, if it's okay, if I could just put you on the spot and throw a question, right? So what we have is, these are principals, educators. And before we start going into breakout rooms, let me put you on the spot, like literally spotlight you, and ask you to just bring some AI greetings for us. What could you tell us about AI?
So AI is another tool, basically. Nothing to be afraid of. It's really just to get involved, to get your hands dirty with using the tools to see how it can assist in doing your job better. Just like how we had word processors before, just like how we have search engines, just like how we have the internet. AI is another tool, and it's really just that, to get to understand how to use it, to understand its limitations, and to use it in a way that will make your job and life a lot better, so that you can do more with less. That's really what these tools are all about. And we'll go into exactly what you can do is right now, think of the possible problems, the things you spend the most time doing, and let's see how we can use these tools to decrease the amount of time you spend doing those things, so you can spend time doing other things.
All right, so it's one of those leverage resources thing, right? So we spoke some about that. So here's how this evening is going to run, right? We're going straight into it. And we are going to have 3 breakout rooms. So let me see if I can bring that up and show you what we are going to do. 3 breakout rooms. So if it is that you are not with a device and you're not going to do hands-on, or perhaps if you miss session 1, you may, and it's optional. Kevin, when you're setting up the rooms, let it be they can choose which room they want. You may want to select room 1. Room 1 will be led by Priya. I'm not seeing her yet, but I'm sure she's in. You'll see her just now. And there is Priya, right? A lot of y'all know Priya. Apps had her working whole day today, cover with Apps Conference. So room 1, you go to room 1, we'll be talking some basics, AI, some demonstrations, some stuff that perhaps discussed last week. If you're here with a device, because we did send out an email asking who wants to do hands-on. Last week you said you were hands-on, and we're going to run hands-on in room 2. But in room 2, we are going to be specific ChatGPT. So we are going to speak about the stuff we did last week, but it's exercise-based, and you will be doing stuff, and we'll be discussing, the results you're getting and how can you improve your results. So perhaps room 2 definitely is going to be people who want to get some more hands-on in ChatGPT, but you need to be on a device to do this stuff, right? Same device there. Hopefully you have a ChatGPT account. And Roger is going to go beyond ChatGPT. So he's going to do some stuff with administration, AI, that's not ChatGPT. Perhaps it's things you heard about before, perhaps it's stuff you didn't hear anything about before. You choose room 1, room 2, or room 3, right? And once you do that, let me stop the share here. Now we will have a minor situation, because if anybody should drop, you need to, when you come back, you need to know which room you came from. Help me out here, Ms. Pat. Would somebody be staying in the main, like to guide the latecomers? Because I know we normally have a entry splurge, like about 8:10, 8:15. Somebody would need to stay in the main room, at least one person. Sugan is coming in just now, so she can do that. And just to guide people, explain to them what's happening so they could go in room 1, room 2, room 3. But she's not here yet, Pat. So I don't know if you or sister want to do that, right?
Yes, I could stay in the main room and assist, yeah.
Nice. So Kevin, who is also going to be with us, I'm not seeing Kevin on camera yet either, but Kevin is going to be supporting big time in room 2. And also we're going to have a room called tech support. So if you're like really struggling and you say, look, I don't know what's going on here, you can go with Kevin in tech support room and you get some one-on-one, right? Oh, there is Kevin. Nice. So Kevin, are we ready to open the breakout rooms?
Yes, sir.
It's 8:08. I think they'll probably give us 40 minutes, Mr. Chung, 40. So by about, say, 8:45, so we come back 8:45, 8:50 to take some questions and wrap up. Okay, Priya? Nice. So breakout rooms are going to open now. When you get to the breakout room, just literally chill, as we say in training line there. It'll take like 2 or 3 minutes for everybody to settle down in the breakout room. So I'll be in breakout room 2, Mr. Chung in 3, Priya in 1. And what I'm going to do is just have my camera off like for like about a minute or 2, give the others time to come in. If anybody have questions, just straight up in the chat. We have tech support to help you. We are going to breakout rooms. In case you forget, right? So Kev, it's over to you. In case you forget, this is what the
breakout rooms are open. You can move to those rooms if you wish. If not, if you can't get to those rooms, sorry, camera also. If you're having trouble getting to the rooms, let us know and we'll place you accordingly. Right? So I will stay out for a little bit to get everyone into the rooms if they choose. So what we'll do, okay, open your breakout rooms tab. If you didn't know how, open your breakout rooms tab and you will see all the rooms open. You'll see a whole set of list of names there. And you just choose the room you want to go to and click it.
Yeah, we had CP. There we go.
Yep.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Mr. Chung.
Good evening, Mr. Chung.
Okay, so what I want from everyone is let's pick a problem. Let's say the top 5, one of the top things that you would like to be able to decrease the time doing, that's possible, that we think is possible. Maybe 5 things. And we'll go over some of the tools that we may be able to use to help us do those things. Or I can just do a presentation on general skill sets and tools that we have available. I think I prefer the
Latter.
problems that you have, and we will apply it to that specific problem that you have.
I prefer this, the last one, your skill sets.
Mr. Chung?
Chat.
Hello?
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, some main issue, I prefer skill sets that we can use, but the main issues logging daily as principal, keeping staff attendance, uploading financial records on the Drive, managing the school's Drive. So Drive, attendance issues, uploading financial records. Okay, cool. Oh, for the skill sets we can use. Okay, right, no problem. Okay, we can deal with these skill sets first, and then we can start chatting about attendance, uploading financial records, and so on. Okay, so let's see, we have someone else asking, let's see what we have. Designing questionnaires, surveys to get feedback. Okay, cool. All right, great. Tools and, oh, interested in tracking, academic tracking from one year group to another. Oh, yes, very nice, very nice, very nice. Wonderful. So, Mr. Great. All right, so what we can do, we can start off talking in general, different tools we can use, and the different issues that you might have. I think you already listed the different issues. So AI has been around for a while, as we can see from this in education. What happens is there, of course, with ChatGPT and Gemini and Copilot, this kind of revolutionized what we can do and how fast we can do it, basically. So before we would use search engines only, now we can use these chat bots to help us increase the speed at which we can do certain tasks, like doing things like possible surveys, doing things like mathematics, helping us with teaching and learning, helping us do plans. So let's see some of these different tools that we can use to help us do different things. Okay, well, first of all, the different skill sets that we normally have. Yes, increasing space on my emails. Designing questionnaires, increasing space in emails. Emails, so that is a specific tool, not necessarily AI, that you can either pay for. All right, well, let's deal with the first one. So different tools. So history and AI in education. So we have had different types of revolution going on in education since 1957. So this is not new. We've constantly been trying to find tools to improve the teaching and learning in order to produce a better workforce. So what are some of the issues that we've had? Or different things that we're doing. So school and district leaders, we have a lot of things that we can use. ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini are the free ones available to everyone. I don't know if everyone is familiar with the other alternatives of ChatGPT and Copilot. Copilot is also from Microsoft, and Gemini, Google. So you can use these different tools and see if you get different results for the questions that you might have. But there are other tools that we can use as well. academic tracking from one year group. Now, definitely designing question surveys, right? Okay. So what are some of the different things that principals do? You just name some of them. So things like managing school activities, establishing, overseeing class schedules, develop, implement. So most of you, these don't take up most of your time. So observing teachers to evaluate their performance, counsel and disciplining students, meeting with parents and teachers, assessing and preparing reports and test scores and other achievements. Someone did mention tracking students from one semester to the next, managing the school's budget. So someone did mention managing the school budget and other school supplies and scheduling maintenance, for example. Establish and coordinate security procedures, students and staffs and visitors. So this doesn't take up. So depending upon the school you're at, you might have different challenges in different areas to oversee the school operations. Things like developing collaboration with teachers and parents and others. All right. So I have a listing of a number of different possible issues that you might have. Of course, you may not have thought of it, or you might not, these might not use up most of your time. Ensuring teachers prepare schemes of work, weekly records, evaluation, lesson notes, for example, reviewing weekly records, allocating special responsibilities, and so on. Okay, so a number of different things that I got in terms of ads and vacancies for secondary school teachers. So what are the different tools that we can use? So these are a number of problems that you could possibly have: internal and external examinations, managing them, dealing with teaching and non-teaching staff, so admin. So none of you have administration problems. Yes, there are tools to create schools timetables as well. That's correct. Appraising of staff performance, counseling, non-teaching staff, conducting staff meetings. For example, what is the tool that, well, no one spoke about meetings and trying to manage meetings. So there are a couple of tools that we can use for managing meetings as well. So since most of you want to get into tools, I will skip through these: systems and procedures. Managing funds, we did talk about managing funds, preparing draft estimates and so on. So let's go to one of these tools. So I'll deal with the free tools, and we'll also look at some of the tools that you can pay for in order to give you a number of different features. That's right, Magic MGMC. Oh. That's Magic, okay. All right, so one possible tool you can use, Magic AI, to help educators. All right, so these tools will help you do multiple things. Some of them are low cost. Not many of them are free, unless you're using the ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. So let's see some of the features that Magic AI will give us. I think I have a login here. So what I want to do, let me put it up into the chat so everyone can go there and try it out. And I wanted to try and log in and see if this can help you. We said emails, dealing with emails, you said to use less space for emails, to help you do things like emails. This one is a little bit more teacher-based, but it does have some interesting tools inside of it. Surveys as well. This can help you generate surveys if you want to do surveys. I don't know if you noticed the amount of different tools that just Magic AI gives us. Let's go through some of the tools. So doing things like emails, email responder. Well, first of all, let me know if you're having trouble logging in, setting up an account.
Sorry, I missed. Am I supposed to log on as a school or teacher?
You can log in as a teacher.
Thank you.
Sure problem. Well, Magic School. Yeah, teacher. Went to the lesson plan, my mistake, sorry. Let me know if anyone's having trouble. Okay, so from here, what we can do is let's generate we can either do like student work feedback, or let's say we wanted to do an email generation or email response. We want to email family members. So you say you have a problem. I think someone said they had problems with email, but they said they had problems designing a questionnaire survey. This one doesn't do surveys. I don't remember seeing surveys here. You ever used SurveyMonkey?
Yes.
Yeah, something like SurveyMonkey can help. It's free to use. Allows you to generate surveys. Has anyone here, do you have a Zoom account?
Yes.
Yes.
So Zoom also allows you to do surveys as well. What was the other one? Designing question surveys to get feedback, right? Yes. So something like SurveyMonkey would help with the questionnaires and feedback. Okay, I don't know if you've ever used SurveyMonkey before. For those of you who are not familiar with generating surveys, it's actually quite useful. It's free to use. If you don't have Zoom, let me just copy it to those who are interested in SurveyMonkey, right? I will have to look for the creating the school's timetable. I remember seeing it somewhere. What else we have? Increasing space on my emails. That means probably purchasing. Designing questionnaires, right? Academic tracking from one year group to another. Great.
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah. So Magic School is pretty useful in the amount of different options that you have available. So as a brand new teacher, let's say oriented teachers, they want to create an email, for example. Give me a second. Sorry about that. So let's say we wanted to generate professional emails. Now, these same things can be done from ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. But it's pretty useful to have these tools that are specifically made to help you do these things, right? So, for example, letter to family. So I want you to try to generate a letter to your family. I don't know, include something, let's say, the meet with the principal. Urgent meeting with the principal. Urgent meeting with the principal. Urgent meeting with the principal. My microphone is giving a little trouble. Meet urgently with the principal. So imagine doing this in seconds, free of charge. There is a paid plan for you to get more advanced features. So I want you to try that. Think of something that you might have, some email you might have to generate, and you're really busy. It's difficult for you to find time to think about the email context. So what you do is you speak to the AI tool. So I want everyone to try this. Let me know if you're having trouble.
Just trying to get back to it.
And I will actually like somebody to demonstrate. Who's ready to demonstrate using the tool to generate an email?
I can demonstrate. Well, I just did a letter to an email to a family
Go on,
urgent.
Miss Daniel. Let me see. Let's see. Let's all see. Thing.
Oh, I'm using another laptop.
Oh, you're not on the laptop. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Yeah. So
Well, let me see if I can.
Kind of hard to share from a phone.
No, I have two
else?
laptops.
Sorry.
I have
That's
two
okay, that's fine.
laptops. I'm not sure if I can share. Oh, no, I can't share. It won't let me share because I have a screen.
Oh, right. Let me deal with that. Let me see. Marva, is it?
Yeah.
Marva, where are you, Marva?
I have my laptop in my hand, but I have a background.
Oh, yes. No, it'll be difficult for you to share using background. You have to put it too close to the camera for us to be able to see. If you put it right up against the camera, it should see it, even though you have a background. I'm seeing the what I saw. We saw it just now. Yeah, it'll be kind of difficult to share that. It'll be a little weird. I don't know if anyone else wants to share.
Let me see if I can change it.
Now, this can easily be done within the chatbots that we just tried. Again, the usefulness of this is that it has all of the tools available and your prompting is less. You don't have to prompt the prompting is not as difficult because you're using these tools that already have the prompts built in. That makes it a lot easier to use and makes these things a little faster. That's the advantage of using these tools, of course. Convenience. Yes. So I want everyone to try the email family or email. I have the link in the chat. Let me send it the link again. Not SurveyMonkey. Right now we're on Magic School. AI.
For this, to the email you want, should we speak? And it's
You can speak or type.
Okay, speak up and okay, sure.
So can I share? I've already.
Yes, please do.
Let me see if I can share my screen.
Great.
Okay, so I'm sending this to a parent invited to the school urgently to address her son's misuse of technology. And to discuss concerns regarding his inappropriate use of technology. Site generates.
Pretty cool, right?
Yep. Especially since I don't have a secretary these days.
Even if you had one, imagine being able to do a lot more things in less time. That alone makes the AI pretty useful, as you can tell, just by this one tool. So Magic School is a lovely tool because it integrates many things that it's really geared towards correspondence and a couple other things and chatbots and so on. And there are some other tools, but they're paid for that can give you wonderful features as far as principals are concerned. It will mean spending money in order to be able to get into them. Usually about $8 US, $10 US per month. It's not too bad. But Magic School, as you see, you have access to it until the 30th of May. I think I registered it with my school, so I don't have, it's not prompting me. Should be prompting me, but I haven't want the time, but it's not telling me that. Cool, anyone else want to share? Now you could put a similar prompt, as I mentioned before, into the chatbots. It would just mean a lot more prompting and going over and over again your prompts.
I can share mine.
Go ahead, please do.
Let me see if I can do that. Share. What do I do? Can you see? No?
Yes, we're seeing sister.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So behavioral issues, yes, always usually takes up a lot of the time of administrators. That's right.
Wow, that's great.
And one of the other tools we'll see later on actually helps in dealing with disciplinary matters. Again, you can prompt the free tools of ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, for example, and they will give you similar results. Just means a lot more prompting. Cool. All right, so let's try another one. So that was email, creating email responders and professional emails. So you can do, or emailing a family.
Mm-hmm.
You can do things like multiple choice assessments, text rewriter in case you needed help with writing something, report card comments, for example, YouTube video questions, rubric generators, quite a large amount of different things that you can use. So let's try another one. Let's try lesson planning for professional development, because we just had a problem with student behavior. So let's say we went into lesson planner. Now, this is not class lesson planner. What we're doing now, we're dealing with the, am I sharing? No, I'm not sharing. Okay. Sorry about that. Right. So we just had some unusual behavior from a student, and we're now trying to get these. So we're going to meet with the parents and then try to chart a way forward with the student in order to get them to where we need them to be. So professional training or intervention. So let's go into the lesson plan. To create a lesson plan to help that student with their deviant behavior. So we pick a grade. I think, well, it depends. This American grading system. So grade 12, I believe, is standard 5, if I'm not mistaken. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, grade 9.
correct?
Grade 9 is Form 3. Grade
Form
10,
3,
Form
right.
4.
Okay, great. Form 3, 2, 1, great. So let's say the deviant behaviors in grade
10,
grade 10, okay.
the Form 4s.
And let's say what the topic was, what type of behavior?
Inappropriate use of technology.
Okay, so let's use that. Inappropriate use of technology. Great. Additional criteria. Anything addition that we want to add? Oh, my apologies. I have Grammarly also
Indecent,
checking up things here.
indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure. Okay. Indecent exposure. Oh, it said a decent exposure. Didn't understand my accent.
And
Did I spell it
behavior.
right? I think I spelled it right. Okay. Decent exposure. Standard set to align to. So any standards that we want to align to, is it would that be legal requirements under the law? I don't know that they have. So the disadvantage with these tools is you realize that most of the data that they train on, well, I don't know if you know that, it tends to be European American data. What that means, it won't directly apply to the Caribbean. So you have to be careful when you're structuring and using these tools to make it more, to adjust it slightly to the Caribbean standards and Caribbean specific cases that we have. Okay, so let's say what standards will we have? Are there any worldwide standards for behavior? I know there are legal standards in terms of indecent exposure. So what should we do? Shall we deal with it in case of let's deal with it legal, okay? Legal issues. Legal child, I don't want to say child pornography. Oh geez. Child
It is.
wow.
Because they're minors.
Oh boy, what an area. Definitely not something I want to write about. Okay, cool. Let's generate and see what we get.
Before you, I was just gonna say, before you generate, I think it's supposed to be appropriate use of technology.
Okay, appropriate use of technology. So what we do, let's edit the
But
prompt.
yes,
So we go back. So you realize you can hide the prompt, edit the prompt. So what we have to, where do you want to alter?
it's supposed to be inappropriate use of technology under the topic
Oh, it's
standard.
and appropriate. Oh boy.
Right, yeah.
Did not notice that. Right. Okay. So it really didn't pick up my language at all. Okay. Anything else? Anything else we should add?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Let's generate. So imagine normally, how long would something like this take for you to try and figure out what would be a great intervention into trying to correct the behavior? Because that's what we do. We're trying to correct behavior, catch it in time so that the person won't harm themselves and other people. That's really what it is. It's a teaching moment. You can go from a punitive angle. Yes, that's possible as well. So it really depends upon the student, the situation. You will know what to do. If it's illegal, you might have to involve police. Well, especially something like this, you probably do have to. Again, it would depend upon the Ministry of Education policy. You'll have to look up those policies and see, okay, what is the best course of action? Maybe you have a counselor who can intervene first at the first offense, or maybe it's a bad enough offense so that you have to take it, make it a legal matter. So it all depends upon, of course, the district and the part of the type of school you're dealing with and so on. Of course, I go from a teacher's side, but at the same time, with pornography, you have to report it. But how do you deal? Let's say you can deal with it and it isn't at the stage of, let's say it hasn't got to the stage of where the person posted. They were attempting to post and you caught them before while trying to do it. So what are possible behaviors? So here we see student was able to analyze the impact of inappropriate use of technology on individuals and society. Student would prepare a presentation discussing real-life scenarios involving inappropriate use. Pretty cool, right? Imagine having to do this yourself. Definition of what inappropriate technology use is, effects of inappropriate technology use. Begin with a scenario where a student faces consequences due to inappropriate use of technology. So this might not be done by you. You might actually pass it on to the counselor as suggestions of intervention. And again, you can edit the prompt and add other areas depending upon the type of example, the type of student it is. It might be specific to that particular student. You might want to add something like maybe they are challenged by other areas. Of course, you don't want to put it here. It's also important once you're using these tools that you don't use anything personally identifying things, because some of these tools use them as training data, and you don't want to disclose that information in these tools. So use as general guides as possible without using identifying characteristics of the students. That's extremely important for ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, any tool. It's always a good idea. Unless, of course, you own the software. You're paying for the software and there are disclosures. You go through the terms of use in terms of sharing an information. And there are laws in place in the Caribbean. I don't know that there are many laws in place that will protect you if they were to utilize your data. In the European Union and United States, they are passing laws, but we haven't been doing so. So it's a good idea not to share those things at all. Sorry, say again? Good point, okay. Yeah. All right, so let's pick something else, or maybe we want to add the prompt. What do we want to add to improve on the lesson plan for, this is the intervention, sorry? Sorry, I'm not hearing you. Would someone like to share their screen so we can see what prompts they have come up with? So it's specifically dealing with email and some deviant behavior, some inappropriate behavior, not deviant, inappropriate behavior.
Inappropriate.
Yes, inappropriate. Teaching moment.
You want the lesson plan, us to show the lesson plan, or?
Sorry, you can share your screen.
Should I? No, I have the lesson plan. That's what I have.
Oh, the lesson plan. Yeah, that's fine. Lesson plan is fine. Yeah, lesson plan is correct. Supporting John. Okay, right. So you've done up your lesson plan. Lovely. Students will be able to analyze and discuss different types of deviant behavior, understand the underlying causes. So you realize this thing is helping with professional development.
Yes.
Normally you do it with your gut, but wouldn't it be nice to have lesson plans associated with it so you can deal with it in a professional manner and be guided so that anyone using this lesson plan now would do a similar job. Oh, your battery's low.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's not low, it's just, it's plugged in, but it just has problems.
It needs a mango. It needs a mango system on yours.
Maybe.
So professional development is one of those things that you're kind of on your own with, unless you have counselors in your school. And of course, people trained in those areas. And still then, you could miss something. You might forget something. So it's nice to be able to pass your plan through one of these AI tools that will assist you because it's trained on a massive amount of data. There are chances, especially with things like ChatGPT, AI tools in general, sometimes they hallucinate. So you must back check all of the information it produces. Always a good idea. So pass it through someone who actually knows the topic well.
Okay.
Yeah,
It does
always.
work activities, everything. Okay. I'll stop sharing now.
Yes. Thank you so much. Wonderful job.
Nice. I'm actually going to give that to the deans for next week.
So you realize they don't have to operate on their own, and it's not about their expertise alone. They can now have the assistance of these tools to help them do their job in less time, and you can now reach more students in that time. So we would see within 5 years' time, everyone passing mathematics and English in all of the secondary schools in the region, correct?
We want
That is
something to
only the
replace
issue.
tests.
Sorry?
Too many tests.
Too many tests. So
Mhm.
the nice thing about this is
Games.
these AI tools can help students with their mathematics and English. So the same problem, sometimes teachers have difficulties. I know, I've been a math teacher as well, have difficulties working out some of the questions. These AI tools can help you work out those questions and give you step-by-step to remind you how you would work it out and to help the students with tutoring. Does that mean your job is lost? No, it now allows you to reach the students who really need it. So let's say we wanted to generate a report card. So you have parents-teachers meeting. You're dealing with the same student. So you just did an email with them. You did an intervention. Now you're dealing with a report card. Let's go into report card comments. So what we know, so intervention for student student behavioral issues. Intervention for students inappropriate behavior using technology, successful. Didn't quite get what I said. Intervention successful. Intervention was successful.
Share your screen.
Intervention, I said intervention twice.
Share your screen, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yes.
Let's try that again. Forgot I stopped sharing. Okay, so we've dealt with the student's email. The parent has come in. We have dealt with the intervention with the student in terms of trying to show them how this is inappropriate use of technology, help them to understand that this is inappropriate use of technology. They've demonstrated such by writing, reading, whatever plans that we have, and we'll probably even set up rubrics for them in order to measure their ability to change in behavior. We've monitored their behavior, probably also banned them from the use of technology. They probably are not allowed to bring in any technology or use phones while they're in school. Maybe they were suspended, depends upon the level at which they.
All right, so rooms are closed. Roger, how's your session? I find time just fly by us. I'm not hearing you.
You're muted. Yes. Roger, you're still muted. And he said the whole thing, but he's still muted. Unmute, Roger.
I don't know if he's hearing us.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yes,
He's
yes,
now
yes. Sorry about that.
unmuted.
And there are many
Yes,
other
yes.
tools available. This is just one tool. You realize we could go in depth into many other things that we can use to help make our job simpler. And yes, there are things to help with budgeting as well. Okay, cool.
Nice. So, Roger, we don't know what you're saying there, but it sounds good because you're muted. Nice. So, welcome back, everyone. We just have would you give us 2 minutes to take questions? Pat?
Of course, yeah.
All right. So you have Roger. Ask him anything you want to ask him with respect to AI, that is, right? To ask Roger. Yes, no, you know, the AI sage. Right. So, I mean, time really went fast in our.
Yes.
Yeah. And
sister, you need to unmute as well and share with us because we were both in the same room and we had a really fantastic experience with
very exciting.
Magic School AI. Yeah, Magic School. Yes, we just went to the Magic School. It was great.
Yes, we created letters to send out to parents.
To parents.
Lesson plans.
Yes. and we were just in the process of going to do the report template, and we got pulled back into the main. Yes. Yes.
So that's some homework.
So we have homework, correct.
Nice. So I'm not seeing any questions, but I don't know if anybody wants to ask a question. But again, the takeaway from me is that I hope tonight would have just given you another eye-opener and some hands-on so you could actually start using it. And we understand that, look, to me, the most important thing when I started to use AI is the fact that I knew that I did not know, and I had to learn, and I had to practice and practice more and not be happy with the results, and then practice more until, you know, it's a tool. You know, it's like driving a car.
Mm.
And then it's a little bit hard, and then afterwards you're drinking coffee, you're talking, you're doing whatever, and you
Yes,
realize what's going on. So Roger,
that's
any
correct.
closing words from you before we hand over to our two lovely young ladies for moderators?
Please keep exploring. The
Mhm.
tools are there for you to explore. Many of them are free. Some of them nominal fees that you pay, something like 10 US, 5
Right.
US, that can revolutionize what you do in your school.
Yes,
Literally revolutionize, because the tools are becoming simpler, easier and easier to use, really.
correct. Yes.
So thanks so much for everything. And Pat, I hope we can form this community of principals who use AI,
Mhm.
really take it to our next level. So
Yes.
over back to both of you.
Thank you so much. Sister, would you like to ask anyone to just share? Because I think we were in 3 different rooms and both of us happened to be in the same room. So we wouldn't know what would have taken place. If we can get our participants to just share a bit with us very quickly. Anyone would like to say, if a person who was in room 2, a person who was in room 1, just share with us. You can put up your hand and we will allow you to speak. Anyone willing to share? There is Eloise or Eloise?
Eloise
Eloise.
Panton.
Eloise Panton.
Yes.
Go ahead, Eloise. Share
Thank
with
you.
us.
All right, so I was in room 2 where we were using chat to write graduation speeches. And yeah, generally I don't write a speech. I use my PowerPoint slides and I would just speak to it. But I noted that we had to be very specific in what we ask AI to do. And the result proved that the specific details provided for me my writing style.
Okay.
So there were two pieces. The first one, there was not much detail provided, but in the second one, you know, information about myself and additional details provided. And I did see the difference in the 2 pieces that was provided. So I may just use it this year.
And we have made a convert.
I may just use it this year.
Yes, we have made a convert. So Raj, we're on the track. We are on the right track. Thank you so much, Eloise. Someone from room 1 who you would have been just kind of getting your feet wet? Anyone from room 1 with Priya? I'm not seeing the
Hi.
Hi. I'm not seeing the person yet. Are you seeing the person, sister?
Just Charlene from Trinidad.
Charlene, yes.
Literally getting my feet wet. Priya would have walked us through just how to start a simple account, but I just sort of, you know, eavesdropped onto the conversation. David was also in the room, and David wrote a lesson plan. You know, so I don't know if David will, you know, give a little info on that, but Priya showed us how we just write a short poem. Just giving the prompts, you know, the importance of being specific with the prompts. Bacon shark, the whole recipe for bacon shark, just from, and in terms of the references, where it pull the information, very detailed.
Okay.
Matter of seconds.
Yes, that's what's great about the tools. Yeah.
It's
right. So it's not entirely a convert yet.
Not yet. Yes. You need a little bit more persuading.
A little more persuading.
Yes. So I will share with you the link for Magic School, and we will talk.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
By then you'll be converted.
You will be converted, correct, yes. Anyone else would like to share? We can have time for one
Yes.
more person. I heard that
Yes,
David
I
did
would.
something. This is, just
I'm
introduce
Juliet
yourself.
Juliet McNish from Jamaica.
Yes, Juliet, go ahead.
Yes, I'm very I'm excited with the Magic School, and I know that when I'm in office,
Yes.
I'll be able to do whatsoever I want with it, because I'm seeing how important it is to use whenever I am to send my emails. It can help me to write my letters and so forth, do everything. It has everything. It's like a container.
Yes, yes. And you just open up your toolkit and you start using the various pieces that you have inside there. It really was an exciting experience this evening, and I'm happy that so many of you were able to join us. So we are here at the point of wrapping up for this evening, folks. The
And
link,
just before, perhaps
yes, go ahead, sister.
I was just saying, just before we wrap up, probably that's what you were saying.
This is what I was going to
link-
say. The
okay,
link is
sorry.
there.
For the
Yes, that's
feedback.
okay.
Okay,
The
so-
link is there. It's in the chat. That link is our evaluation link. It simply allows us to know and to get some feedback from you as to how the session went across, so that the next time around we can do even better. I know that everyone has had their appetite whet and you are going to want more and more. And so we look forward to you continuing this journey with us. And we are keeping ourselves at the forefront. We are educators. That's what we do. We are keeping ourselves at the forefront of the changes, the challenges, everything that's taking place within our various education systems. Sister, it has been a pleasure working with you. I'm wishing everyone a very good night, and I look forward to seeing you at our next session. Remember to reach out to one of your peers, your colleagues, and bring them on board. So, sister, it's over to you for the final words.
Thank you, Pat. It has been a joy moderating with you this evening.
Yes.
Thank you, educators, for engaging in this educational and interesting session this evening. I am sure you're beginning to place AI in the context of leadership and school improvement. Thank you, Raj, and your team for your instruction and guidance. Thank you for facilitating the breakout rooms as well. Let us continue to engage in learning and find meaningful ways of integrating the knowledge of AI into our lives and our schools. See you with even more enthusiasm at our next session. Remember, CAPS 2025, our warm hearts are ready to welcome you to Spice Isle, Pure Grenada. Enjoy a restful night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.